What's up, guys? Mez here. Welcome to a weapon review. We got the new Chroma Rush. I'm going to let you guys know why this is the god roll for damage and why you should be running the override to get this roll, some of the benefits of running this, and then what kind of loadout can you run to make the most use of it, and specifically for this season. Obviously, other seasons you can do different things, but let's go over this roll. We got Rampage spec. We're running Rampage, Subsistence, Accurized Rounds, and Fluted Barrel. So let's go over some of these perks here. Fluted Barrel I grinded for because I feel this needs a little help with handling. It feels like the ADS is a little bit sluggish, and Fluted Barrel gives it the best bump in handling. It does slightly increase stability too, so it's nice to have that because 720s tend to whack around and kind of go all over the place a little bit. Accurized Rounds is probably the best perk in this category for this weapon because the increase in range for 720 is very important. Although, believe it or not, Alloy Magazine actually pairs very well with Subsistence, because a lot of times with Subsistence, you're not actually reloading for a while, and oftentimes when you do reload, it's when the mag is empty, and Alloy Magazine gives you that bump in reload speed when the mag is empty. Not as quick as Drop Mag, but pretty good for an empty reload. So those two actually do pair together, but Accurized Round is a little bit better for just the combat ability of this weapon. Now, Rampage and Subsistence behaves similar to how it would on the Huckleberry. Maybe not as OP as the Huckleberry. The Rampage stats for weapons other than Huckleberry are a little bit different. But the Subsistence is great, and it basically lets you run a gun very similar to Huckleberry without it taking up an exotic slot. So let's talk about what you will run with this. Now, I tend to like to run a Warmind build. I usually like to throw a couple. I throw the Trinity on, Rage of the Warmind, Wrath of Rasputin, and Global Reach. And so for taking out majors, so basically it just depends on, do you want to use explosive damage to proc it with Wrath of Rasputin, or do you want to use one of the 7th Seraph special weapons? So you get the 7th Seraph CQC 12, this roll. So if you're in a map where you know that things are going to rush you, that you're going to be dealing with a lot of close quarters, this is a great one to go for. It's got auto-loading holster, it's got trench barrel, so quickly whack your major with a melee and then hit him with 3 hits, and it'll do increased damage for that. I always throw major spec on because this gun is made for dealing with majors. I got a pended mag, which works a little bit better than extended mag with this one, and small bore for that increase in range. And so this one will proc Warmind cells. Now, if you know you're going up against a lot of snipers, or maybe you're in high-level content where you're just playing towards the back, Ikelos Sniper with box breathing or disruption break, triple tap, Seraph Rounds, Fluted Barrel again for that increase in handling. Look, I almost maxed out handling with this. So this one almost feels like it has snapshot and quick draw just based on how high the handling is on this. I'm running the major spec on the Ikelos too. You can do box breathing if you're really trying to conserve ammo and trying to maximize your damage per shot. And then if you're in an event where you are dealing with a lot of shielded enemies, you'll use something like Disruption Break, and that works great. But for this activity that I'll be showing you guys, we'll be doing that. And then for this season, so obviously these two, we're not running an exotic, but it's like, all right, well, what are we going to do for an exotic? We got this new perk this season called Breach and Clear. When using a grenade launcher, damaging a boss, damaging a champion, or breaking a combatant shield, reloads your stowed weapon, causes the combatant to take increased damage for a short duration. Now, what is one of the best damaging grenade launchers exotic in the game? The Prospector. Don't see too many people using this nowadays, but you forget some of the numbers for this is just fantastic, and giving it the 30% bonus with Breach and Clear makes it fantastic as well. Now, a trick you can do with Prospector, even just popping off a round into a crowd of, say, majors or just more powerful enemies, will debuff all of them, and then you can just go to town with Chroma Rush, and it gives you basically a 30% buff right off the bat, and it won't take long before you're proccing Rampage. You get up to 60% plus buff depending on the situation. So Breach and Clear just works fantastic for this loadout. I have kind of an abilities Warmind style loadout. We were running Ashes to Assets because the Chroma Rush doesn't really need the targeting, at least in PvE it doesn't. We're running we're running the other seasonal mod, Impulse Recycler, so grenade kills will give you your grenade back, and just the anti-barrier auto rifle because base Chroma Rush has a pretty good reload speed, so you don't need to run a reload perk, at least in PvE content. Chest piece, we're just running Concussive Dampener, melee damage resistance. Based on the activity, if you know you're going to be able to stay away from your, say if you're using the Ikelos sniper, you'd maybe go for the sniper damage resistance because you're playing for distance. And so you could switch and swap that around. Another armor mod this year, or for this season, is the Grenade Launcher Scavenger. So I obviously got that to keep the Ikelos full so that I can debuff as many enemies as possible. Also using the Innervation, such a weird word, which will help me keep those grenade abilities up. Obviously, we are running a grenade build, not an intellect build. We're using our grenade kills to charge our super, not our intellect stat. And so that's just the play style of this. And obviously, you can only run really 2 mods when you're running Breach and Clear. Breach and Clear causes 9 energy to run, but that's a huge buff to be able to put a 30% debuff on things from a distance, unlike Tractor Cannon where you have to get up close. Obviously, Global Reach is a must-have for any type of Warmind build. So let's take it into a game, get you guys some 4K footage to show off this loadout, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Alright, guys, I'm back. Let's do this activity solo.
Up a high gain transmission.
See you guys next time.
Origin point is somewhere along the coast, near the Cosmodrome.
That's Rasputin, the AI Warmind. If I'm understanding him correctly, it's a distress call. There are so few ballet fans left, Guardian. It'd be a shame to lose him.